Hello, welcome to our video today about how to make a CBD cake. So this is a cake which within it is ideally good for you anyway, you don't want too much sugar in it or anything else, but also contains raw CBD. So you get the nutritional benefits that come with the CBD. So okay, let's get going, because I don't want this video to drag on for too long, otherwise you're going to lose interest and go and do something else, I would imagine. Okay, right, what we have here in front of us is we have some 2 bananas, all peeled. We have 2 eggs. We have a cup of plain flour, a cup of self-raising flour. We have approximately an 1/8 of a cup of dehydrated leaf CBD, and we have a cup of milk, which is semi-skimmed. I've blended up some, roughly speaking, 3 apples and some raspberries together, just to give it some natural sweetness. So rather than adding sugar, I mean, you can add sugar, you can add stevia if you like, which obviously probably a little bit better, but I'm trying to keep this natural, so really good for you, really healthy. That's the kind of the idea behind this. We've also got some more raspberries, and we've also got some blueberries as well. Again, really to add some sweetness, because if not, you can strip this right back and you'll have quite a plain, bland type loaf. We've also got some baking powder as well, we don't need too much of that. Okay, right, let's get started. So, the riper the better, really, with the bananas. And these, I've just picked up from the shop, so they're not the most ripe ones going, but we give them a mash up. This video is doing live, so to speak, so there's no editing going into this, so if I do mess anything up, I apologise, but this is how it obviously goes in real life when we're all cooking ourselves anyway. So that's looking pretty well mashed. Right. Okay, so we've got two peeled bananas there now, mashed up. Into that we put 2 eggs, and then what should we have next? Let's have the plain flour. So a cup of just normal plain flour, a cup of self-raising flour. Okay, that's great. Let's get then the fruit in that I blended previously. I know it doesn't necessarily look the best, but trust me, it will taste fantastic. And let's get that in. You can use any fruit that you like. It doesn't really make too much difference. Any kind of nice sweet fruit, or dried fruit, or anything really. The idea is with this that we're not going to put sugar in, we're not going to put stevia in. We're going to try to do our best to avoid that, so we can then keep this as healthy as possible. I'm now adding the cup of milk. We'll see how this goes. If this ends up too dry, you may find that we end up putting some more milk in. Let's grab a spoon, a couple of spoons of baking powder. Okay, it's only approximate. That's a decent one, so maybe not as much for the next one. We'll see, depends how much we want it to rise. A little bit more if it'll come out. Okay, I think that's pretty well done. Now, okay, final thing to put in is the raw leaf CBD, which the weird thing about CBD is obviously it's green, so it's going to give the cake quite a natural tinge of green to it. So let's bring it over, because I don't have a plug socket in the middle of my island, because that was probably a poorly thought out thing there. And let's try to mix this now without getting it everywhere. Excuse the noise for a minute or so. Yeah. I'm not covered in it so far, which is always a good start. So we're just trying to give it a good mix up and try and get everything mixed in together. Obviously we don't want too much of one thing or the other. If it starts to look a bit dry, and this might do it, I have had this quite a lot where If it starts to look a bit dry because you've probably maybe got a bit too much flour against the more moist parts of the cake, you can add some more milk to it. You've just got to go with it. You'll know when it looks right. You don't want a big dry blob equally. You don't want something that's wet and a complete mess. So let's get the speed going up here a little bit. Try not to get it everywhere. I can do that spending half an hour after cleaning up after this. Oh, that's down my leg. That's it. So, we're getting there with this now. Give it one last good mix. It's looking pretty good actually. Not too dry, not too wet. Okay. Right, let's get rid of this. Okay. I'm going to declare that one done, I think. So let's clear away some of my previous cuts and bits and bobs, and let's have a bit of a look at what we've got. So what we have, you may or may not be able to see it there, it's a bit of a crazy kind of cake mix. What I'm going to do is now hand mix some of the raspberries in there and just spoon them about, so it just gives kind of a nice little effect within the cake. Here and there randomly across it, and we'll do the same with a few of the blueberries, which I'm sure we've all had blueberry muffins. It's always nice to bite in and find quite a few blueberries in the middle of it. So what we'll do is anyway, we'll top it off with some blueberries as well, just to give it a nice little effect as well. So okay, I think that's pretty well mixed in, and you can see now we've not, don't get me wrong, there's probably 5-10 minutes prep time getting this ready, get everything ready, get it all set out in front of you, so you know where you're up to with it. The consistency kind of is a bit like porridge, I suppose, right now. It's probably the best way to explain it. As we go and do a few more videos further on, I will start to try and get things a little bit better set up for you guys so you can actually see exactly how it's looking. But it's kind of the consistency of porridge is probably the best way to describe it now. Okay, so what I've also got is a nice big dish which I've pre-lined with greaseproof paper. So let's pour that in now as best we can. Be a little bit brave with it. Yeah, it seems to be going pretty good. Make sure you get all the mixture right out of the bowl. And okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's get rid of the bowl. Don't need that now. Okay, so kind of tamp it down, as they say in the building world. So in essence, basically, you just make it nice and even, so the mixture's kind of everywhere, really nice and set down into the corners. But yeah, the idea is to get it nice and even. Okay, so we're done with that spoon. A few more blueberries. Let's try and be a little bit clever, so do a nice little pattern maybe. Just make them look a little bit more friendly. Okay, and yeah, one more for good luck. Okay, so we're covered with, I was enjoying that probably a little bit too much there. Let's go over it. The recipe, the ingredients, as described. Get it all mixed together, get it nicely blended together. Greaseproof paper in a dish. Get it in, blueberries on top, And next thing is, in the meantime, I've been preheating my fan assisted oven to 160. The reason I've gone at 160 rather than kind of 170, 180 is that I don't want it to burn. I want it to cook nice and evenly through. Remember, we've got eggs in there as well. We don't want to be poisoning anybody. I want it to cook nice and evenly. I want it to rise nicely, and I want it nice and brown. I don't want it burnt. So that's obviously why I've done that. Okay, well, I'm going to get this put into the oven now, and I'll either do video 2, which will show you the outcome, the result of it, or I'll see if I can get it tagged together on this video, maybe, depending upon how good my editing skills are. And let's go from there, and let's see what the outcome looks like. All right, guys, thanks very much. Okay guys, so we are now 20 minutes on. It has been cooking circa 160 for probably just over 20 minutes. Keep an eye on it, don't let it burn. And this is what we have, if I can just show you guys that. That's the cake. You can see I've pulled it out of the dish now. Next thing will be to take the greaseproof paper off, put it onto a mesh of some description so you can let air get to it so you don't end up with it going all soggy on the bottom. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy your cake. I hope you enjoy making it. It should be really easy. This isn't a particularly hard recipe to follow. Yeah, I'm sure that I'll be putting more videos up soon. If you want to buy any of the products, I am one of the co-founders of Hemp Products Limited in the UK. You can buy online. There are various different CBD hemp products, so you can buy the oils, the capsules, you can buy the raw product from us. It's all completely natural, completely organic. It's grown out in the south of Spain. Everything we get is fully certified, fully tested, fully lab tested, not grown with any pesticides, not grown with any heavy metals. This is purely natural CBD. So have a look at the website. It's www.cannabisoiluk.com. Have a look on there. By all means, you can buy online there 24 hours a day. If you've got any questions, drop us an email, drop us a message. We're here to help. And yeah, happy baking, and I'll be back real soon with some more videos. Thanks a lot. Take care.